Today we're back underground with Jimmy Sciacca to figure out how Breuer ended up in the bathroom. Is Dr. Fauci really the son of Mother Teresa? And Lady Gaga sells her soul to the devil just to wear boots made of animal flesh. Sit back, relax, and unwind as we kick up some rocks and uncover more crazy theories on Breuer's Bunker.
Just start hitting record.
Oh shit, what are you, in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Are you in the bathroom? Where are you?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, so check this out. I just literally got into my brand new house. There's like nothing in here. I asked my wife, I said, Dee, is there any Wi-Fi? She's like, yeah, but you should be closest to it, which is this toilet. And so there's like an electrician in the one room. We're completely out of the house. I got a U-Haul truck in the driveway with all the stuff that's got to come off. And my wife is told, I'm like, listen, I got a podcast. I'm tell you got to wait about an hour. So I lost my glasses. So my bunker glasses for the today is my wife's, which I think is even funnier. To me, it's like 1970s. Hey, where were you on the night of December 11th?
You look like Starsky.
Starsky
Yeah, that's what I feel like Starsky. We have some questions for you, pal.
Okay, Punch.
You say you were at a New Year's Eve event, but when I look it up, it says you weren't there. Bam, 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 bam. So, yeah. Bathroom looks nice. Dude, you want to see something cool? I don't know if I could. I think there's a bald eagle in my backyard right now. It was the coolest thing in the world. Yes, it was pretty sick. So I just came back from Las Vegas. And Jimbo, I don't know if you ever seen, and this goes, by the way, today we're doing the bunker. What is the bunker? We're going to mess around with some people call it conspiracies. But you know what? Not to be goofy, they may be real, they may not be real. We're not saying they are, we're not saying they're not. We're just saying these are things that have come across us, and with a little bit of thinking and investigating and what knowledge we do know, we're just going to present it. And it's up to you to play around with it. It could be just entertainment. It could be to provoke your thoughts. Nobody really knows, especially when I'm wearing my wife's sunglasses. So I like how everyone's going after. Like there was this big statement on Joe Rogan, which you're like, 200 scientists are now saying Rogan must be off the air. That was the funniest. If anyone buys into that, I'm sorry, but I can't even have a conversation with you. I don't even know how to take you seriously. If you seriously think there are 200 professional, non-paid for, non-agenda, non-evil, money-driven, savage, dehumanized pigs that are actually trying to get Rogan off the air because he's misleading information. That may be, you can't say, first of all, let me tell you about misleading information. I live in Florida, and this is not political, by the way. If anyone, so let's pretend someone said this, okay? Let's do it that way. This way, no butts are hurt. If someone came on television and said to you, if you live in Florida, the Carolinas, or Texas, and you live in the states that are prone to hurricanes, the best way to prevent hurricanes is to get vaccinated.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Would you say that's a misinformation fact check?
Yeah, I think so.
That was Joe Biden.
Yeah, I know.
You can't tell me people in Japan weren't like, oh, you hear what he said this time? Oh,
First of all,
dude, I'm not going to listen. I don't want anyone to think I'm political. It's human nature. I just put it to you without Biden saying it. It's like, whoa, that's the craziest, most hilarious thing.
Right.
And he says it. There's actual people going, well, no, dummy. You're emotionally attached to something you don't even know that's going. I mean, how do you? Anyway, the point of what I just said was, if you want to tell Rogan, which he's not, he's just telling you the truth, and he's just putting something out there for everyone to listen to. And the one reason why he's so dangerous to the mainstream is because there's no agenda. He's honest. He has real doctors on that aren't paid by big pharmaceutical. They're not in the mafia. They're not in the you know, all the other ones. LeBron James with all his things and the tattoos and the seeing eye. Like, no, is that real? Yeah, it's very real. You forget I come from that industry. Hello. Anyway, with that said, thank God, in my opinion, for people like Rogan. Thank God for people like Owen Benjamin. Have you seen this guy, Jimbo?
Owen Benjamin.
Whoa. Owen Benjamin is doing things or saying he's doing exactly what I wanted to do with you.
Okay.
Where we sort of did it on Breuer Unleashed, where we would explain the doofy game, but he goes in such fine detail. And, you know, I take everything with a grain of salt, but there's times where I learn from him. He's very, very
I got to check him out.
interesting. Yeah. I think it's very interesting. So with that said, take today for whatever you want. Now, I always go to Sciacca before I even go anywhere, I'm going to explain to you what I saw as being an outsider watching an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I know how the big contracts work. Lady Gaga, very talented, probably a beautiful soul and was a great child. If you remember, she came off at first very whatever. I remember the first real example I had from Lady Gaga was because I'm a diehard Mets fan. She was at Citi Field giving finger to everyone and making a ruckus and creating all this whatever it's a family event, and she's fingering people and she's showing her ass and all this jazz. So it was all over TV.
That's why. Yeah,
exactly.
That's why you do that, right? So that's all over television, right?
Whatever you can get publicity.
Right.
Then, in her live shows, and a lot of people don't know this, but you could probably look at it on YouTube still. She did something that was, in my opinion, so awkward, disturbing, that's the word, disturbing, disgusting. I'm going to say the emotions I got were evil that she was trying to put out there. While she's live, and I'm asking everyone to look at this, and I'll explain to you how things happen. You got to think mafia. I'm not saying actual Italian mafia, just think gang. Forget mafia, think gangs. There's very many gangs. You may not believe it, but there's a billion gangs. She is on stage and she jumps on one of those mechanical bulls. This is live in front of 13-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids and their families. And she's riding the bull in a very seductive manner. And the music and the lighting. Another woman comes out and she does like these voodoo dancing around her, and she drinks this drink that is a fluorescent liquid. And when she drinks the drink, she goes over Lady Gaga in a sexual manner, and she starts sticking her fingers down her throat, regurgitating and vomiting all over Lady Gaga. And Lady Gaga's taking it from her, and she's putting it on her face, and she's wiping all over her boobs. It's the most disturbing, gross. It looks like a ritual. That's the best way to describe it. A ritual that's not cleansing your soul. It's sending your soul in a completely opposite direction. Now, look at the numbers. Her career started plummeting. She started falling off. Me being around, I was like, okay, someone's going to sweep her up. Next thing you know, she did a little time went past and waited for the bad publicity to go away. And all of a sudden she's singing a duet with Tony Bennett. And now she's in a movie, and she's doing the Emmys with Metallica. And I was like, okay, we made a deal somewhere. Now, I'm telling you people, when you see this, it's a very special club. You had to be indoctrinated to get that club. When you see black eyes, that's a club. You have to be indoctrinated by that club. Now, I went to Las Vegas with my daughter. We went to, I want to say, the Araya Hotel. In there is a Lady Gaga like display, like a mini museum. My daughter's like, oh my God, Lady Gaga is so cool. The first thing I see are skin boots, human skin boots. Then there's a video of her doing the whole thing like this. Then there's meat dress that when you play the lighting a certain way, it goes all different colors. There you go. That's the meat dress of Lady Gaga. Now, you ain't telling me she joined a special, creepy, demonic club. And when these people are finally put in that category, the demons that are pulling their strings put them on the highest ladder to become popular, to sway everyone in the wrong direction. It's been a classic move since the beginning of time. Roman Empire, it goes on and on and on and on. Today is no different. You're certain entertainers, I don't want to put other names, but she's just so blatantly obvious. She puts it out there. She has said on television, on Jimmy Kimmel, I swear to Satan. I swear to Satan. She has said it. She has to say it. She has to let them know and give the signal. Now, there is an underlying thing, which I know you know about, Jimbo, where people say symbolism will be their downfall.
That's right.
There's many different symbolisms, but all your pop stars, all your big stars, CEOs that do this, that cover the eye, that do this, I'm telling you right now, you better take a couple steps. You have to take a couple steps back, take away your emotions, and really investigate. Poor Katy Perry. And I can't blame these people. I just could only imagine how tormented they must have been at one point, emotionally, spiritually, and been conned to go a certain way. I have been conned multiple times. I've been tried to be swayed multiple times. It is a struggle within. So I just thought that was fascinating. And it was so, and they keep saying, if you look on the internet and blah, blah, they'll say things like it's so blatantly obvious. When I saw this Lady Gaga display, I was like, they're not even hiding it. It's so comical now the more we saw it, just like the Disney movie we presented at one time. They're presenting it. we steal little dumb boys and bring them to Pleasure Island, right in Disney's Pinocchio. And then he says, they don't return, little boys.
You know what though?
Hello? What?
But it's all coming out. It's all coming out into the light now, which this is a good thing. This has been going on forever, like you said.
I agree.
But now all of a sudden, are we waking up? I guess we're waking up. I don't know. Are we just noticing it now, or were they forced into the light? You know, because now, like you said, it's symbolism everywhere. Now you can look, you can see it. You can do a database where, like, you could let me pull up all the people with one eye covered and all that stuff. And now it's good. I think this is all good.
I highly agree, Jim. I highly agree. This is a great thing because it creates a huge awareness. It creates, and it's getting more intensified. But what people have to do is start realizing perhaps they're giving to the wrong entities. Perhaps they're allowing the wrong lights to shine and follow blindly the wrong lights. You know, and that does include scientists. It does include doctors. It does include judges, police, courts, all that. Not saying all that's bad, but it's infiltrated everywhere.
So what did it say? 200 scientists.
I like the way I ended that. I felt like it. Wait, what, Jimbo?
200 scientists want Joe Rogan off the air. Is that what it said?
Yeah, they want to cancel. Yeah, they want to cancel.
What is it, Colgate? Is it the Colgate commercial? 9 out of 10 want Joe Rogan off the air.
You know, they're sitting there like, can we get the lab coats on to make it look very real so the Muppets still believe it? So
you know that.
So they've got lab coats on. They're real. They wouldn't be on television if they weren't real. The scientists say.
The actual lab coat came from, I think, 1950s television commercials for doctors. They're like, we have to make them look like somehow they know what they're talking about. Doctors never wore lab coats until the TV commercials for, cigarettes.
Hey, these cigarettes are good for you.
That's right.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend
cigarettes.
Lung cancer.
That's right.
Oh my God. So funny.
By the way, I might have just had the scariest virus in the history of humanity, or as I like to call it, the sniffles. Because for the past 2 days, I've been achy and I had a headache.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, during the winter?
Yes.
During the winter time when people get bronchitis and stuff?
I was also dehydrated, by the way, because I haven't been drinking water for the past 4 days. I took a road trip, down to the Carolinas to see Tom. I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was great.
I
went with what's that? I went with.
You have to tell the audience one time who Tom is.
Yes, Tom Mercanti. His dad was a very famous boxing ref, where he did Muhammad Ali. What was it? What was the famous Muhammad Ali? Ali Frazier, Madison Square Garden, the most famous boxing match in history.
Yep.
He was the ref for that. So yeah.
So what I was going to. So where I was going was, or actually where you were going. You had some stuff today. Would you? So at the end of the day, that's when you should really be alarmed. Whenever mass media starts really intensely attacking, remind me of the sniffles, by the way. That's where we went.
Yeah.
you must be able to take a couple steps back and realize they are threatened because they represent all media. This is just an opinion. All media represent the dark agenda. They're paid for by a puppeteer. And it baffles my mind. It baffles my mind that nobody has ever ousted. And when I say ousted, pointed finger, exploited, put their names, the leaders of all media. Like, who runs CNN? Well, let's have a conversation. Let's sit down and talk to them. Let's sit down and talk with whoever it is. It's the people that are starting to rise. People like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, which are funny. So it is all a good thing. But don't forget, I'm going to warn everyone. You keep your faith, you keep your spirituality, you keep that love, because when the dark is intimidated and they are pushed against the wall, they've had power a long time. They're going to fight like mean, nasty pit bulls in a way that is unimaginable. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to take time to think about it. But is this all a good thing? Yes. But I'm telling you, all my spider senses are like, what's coming? A fake tsunami? Is it a fake nuclear war coming? An alien invasion? What is on the way? Because
all of the above.
Way evil can control that long. You think so?
Yeah, probably all.
Wait. Oh, so this is what I was going to say, real quick. I had to go we went to Costa Rica, and before we went, thank God Dee thought of this. Dee was like, Jim, if we get Costa Rica, because we know a friend that got stuck over there with COVID. She goes, if we get stuck in Costa Rica, I'm going to be so pissed. Like, let's get a preventative. So I got ivermectin. Not selling it, I'm just telling you God's honest truth.
Right.
I'm not a doctor, I'm not a whatever. My God's honest truth of a story. Now, my daughter, the week before, is sick as she's coughing. She's stuffed for like a week and a half. All her friends came to visit her from Jersey, and they all left home after New Year's positive with COVID. So I went, oh, no. And now we're leaving, right? So now we get over there, and we're literally in the middle of nowhere. We had to head to this house 5 hours in the jungle. We're the only ones there. So, but I'm a mess. All up here, so I can't hear good. I got a cough. I got a cough thing. I'm like, I bet you I got this damn COVID. My one daughter also has the same thing. I didn't want to take the ivermectin until we were close. I wanted more as like, God forbid. Well, now it's day 2. I'm like, you know what? I don't want this thing to get worse if I'm stuck out here. So I started taking the ivermectin, and within 24 hours, I felt amazing. I was not 100% better. 2 days later, I was going to say I'm 95% dead. 3 days later, clear as a bell. And I got video of me climbing up and down. Now that is the God's honest truth. And if anyone has a problem with that, it's because you're emotionally tied to some nonsense, or you're a demonic soul trying to sell something else. You can't deny a fact, an honest to God truth. Mm-hmm. Now, what they'll try to do is like, well, it would have went away anyway. I've had morons say that. You don't know if it was the ivermectin. Okay, well, I'll tell you this. I tried everything else. It did, vitamins, all that. It don't do nothing. Nothing. It did nothing for me. Twice I've had it. Did vitamins. I took this and that. Not until I got a prescription did it work. And I asked, I have a friend now who has COVID. I went, take ivermectin or try to get hydrochloroquine or something. And he goes, my doctor won't give it. I said, of course your doctor won't give it to you because they work for the system. So it's just mind-boggling how people or media or whatever, they will try to demonize something that works. And I love how people are like, maybe it's not that. Well, then what is it? What is it? I'm telling you what I just took.
You know, the whole. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I mean, what was it? The pasta salad I had? What was it? The beans and rice?
Right. So no, you know the whole vaccine thing, emergency use authorization.
Yes.
What's that? Did you just hear that?
Yeah, it's the electrician.
Oh wow, it sounded like a wolf. Oh.
Yeah, it's like.
So anyway, all right, no worries. But all of this.
Should I go another room? Hold on, I'm gonna try to go another room. Oh my God, that's so annoying. You can hear it, right?
A little bit. You know, you're gonna be cutting out. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, go ahead.
So the whole thing with the vaccine and all this stuff that's not approved, right? It's what's called an emergency use authorization, like through the government, right? Yeah. And that means that we have nothing else. So because of this emergency, we'll okay this temporarily, the vaccine. That's why they're afraid of ivermectin.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Because once ivermectin is out, then they have no justification for emergency use of the vaccine. So Pfizer, sponsored by Pfizer, is out of business.
I watched we were in the middle packing last night. D likes watching TV. I hate TV. But the movie, The Accountant, was on. Incredible movie. Unbelievable movie. But it was on regular TV. So every time it was 15-minute commercials. When I'm telling you, my hand to God, every single commercial was a drug commercial. So do you suffer from blah, blah, blah? And then does your back hurt? Or your legs? I've been getting numb. It was every single commercial was drugs.
Right.
And what makes me laugh harder is how people are like, oh, you guys are such a conspiracy. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
Well, you know,
I'm a conspiracy. I'm going to sell my dates right now. If I went on TV, if between every television show, all you saw was to see Jim Breuer, you have to see Jim Breuer. Everyone needs a laugh. Are you suffering from depression? We need a laugh. Go to JimBreuer.com. It'll help you. Ever since I've been going to JimBreuer.com, I actually feel better by myself, and I have more step in my walk, and I feel happier inside. JimBreuer.com. Yeah, it's so stupid. You don't think that's going to affect people? Anyway,
right.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah. No, but that's what it is. But I mean, we've known about that. And by the way, the term conspiracy, that was actually like it was a government came up with that. I don't know.
CIA?
Yeah. They came up with that term because they're like, we need something for if the truth comes out, something that we could shut it down quick. We need just a term that'll just shut down the thinking quick. They're all conspiracy theorists. You could. That's what the news did. They just started splurting that term. Go ahead.
So you were going to talk about Fauci today, I think. I want everyone to know something. There's a video in the beginning. And again, I don't know if we're watching a movie. I don't know if we're all being played. I don't know if this is both sides are being played. I don't know. I do know I know what I'm watching. Right. And I remember Fauci coming out one time. And when he came out right before the press, he put his hand inside his jacket, which is a sign.
Yes.
That is a sign.
Yes. It was a Trump speech. He's standing in the background like that. Right.
While his gang sign up. That's his gang sign.
While Trump is in front of him.
That's meant for people on higher planes. There's so many signals that go through over the public eye. We're like, oh, well, they're making it. No, it's not for us. It's for the higher ups that are at war.
Right. He didn't have an itch. He wasn't scratching an itch. Right. Go ahead.
There was another one too where this is a lot. I see this a lot. I'm like, I can't figure out if that's a good thing or a bad. This is Illuminati.
Right.
But what is the upside down? Is that anti-Illuminati? Because I've seen Trump do that. I've seen Princess Diana do that.
Right.
I've seen JFK Jr. do that.
Yes.
I feel like I saw Elon Musk when he hosted SNL. I can't remember if he did this or he did the upside down one.
Right.
I just don't know who's who. Or, there was who's the old guy in office? The
what?
I don't know. I just remember during the. Huh? No. It's a politician.
Oh yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. What the fuck is his name? Where he was about to say something, and then the guy in back of him makes a symbol, and then he stops saying it. Right.
He went to say something, and he turned and he looked, and the guy gave him the signal. He did one of these.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he was like, anyway, blah blah blah. You're like, what?
Yep.
And I swear, is it people like me and you that see that go, are you kidding me? Like no one's gonna mention what just
right.
No one's gonna mention the nuclear blast in Beirut. No one's gonna mention the so-called volcano eruption that looked like to me. Who knows? We're just getting, now what's the latest? What's going on in the NFL? What?
Right.
What the hell is going on, man?
So that's
what do you got today? Sorry, I keep hogging all your time.
Oh no, that's good. I'm actually it's funny because today I'm broadcasting from mom's bunker, my mom's bunker in Glen Cove because they were doing construction at my house. So it was all jackhammers and all this stuff. I gotta bring her on in a minute just to say hi to you. But
I haven't seen your mom in so long.
Let me just hold on a second. Hold on. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Mike.
Come here. Just come here for a minute.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Does his sound okay?
Yeah, he sounds fine.
So this is gonna be about 5 minutes. It's gonna be about 5 minutes before she gets here, from the other room. But what did I want to talk about? Go ahead.
Well, do you ever bring any of this stuff up to your mom?
I do.
Or is it too much? All right. Does she think you're crazy?
She, you know what? I think ask her some questions.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Right. Say hello.
Jim, I haven't seen.
Oh my!
Holy mackerel!
You look like. What are you drinking? Special
Where's
juice?
your
You look like you got younger.
I always liked you.
I always liked you too.
How's everything?
Everyone's good. I moved to Florida. I live in Naples, Florida.
I had a condo in Fort Myers.
Oh, wow. It's nice. I like the Southwest. I like the Southwest Florida a lot. It's very, it's calm. It's quiet. It's beaches are pretty.
No taxes.
Very low taxes.
And Trump's there.
Right.
Ah, yes. He's on the East Coast. Yes, he is.
So, yeah, we have Biden to sleep so that we can sleep for 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, listen, here's the good thing about Biden. He helped me so much because he said about a month ago, if you live in Florida, the Carolinas, or Texas, the best way to prevent hurricanes during hurricane season was to get vaccinated. So at least he's a doctor and he knows what he's talking about.
That's right. His wife is a doctor.
She was also.
She feeds him. She feeds him in his ear.
Well, here's a little story for you. Did you know this? And Mike, I might have sent you this picture. I believe Jill Biden was the babysitter for the Bidens.
Really?
A lot of people don't know that.
That's right.
That could be.
Oh, so
Also-
she used to babysit Biden's wife's kids, the one that got killed, and she became the new wife. Which is fun. I don't know if that's all fact, but I know there's pictures there, and she was the babysitter.
Plus, plus the press secretary, the redhead. There's also pictures of her as a little girl with Biden standing in back of her, being creepy as always.
He's sniffing her.
Yes.
Sniffing her
hair. In the head.
Yeah. Now she's press secretary. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so creepy. But I feel like
weird.
This is all coming out into the light. It's like we stepped on the anthill, and they're all scurrying. Like that's kind of what's going on now.
That's very interesting. Now I have a question for you, Jimbo. Now, all I saw, and I see it on TikTok videos or whatever. So I hear about this Nagara. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. And I guess during Trump was in Arizona or something. And during the broadcast on the bottom, it said Nagara.
Okay.
Or Gazara.
Yes, sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know.
And they were so supposedly it's a bliss where there's no more taxes, no more debt. Energy is going to start to be free. And then what was weird was, like 2 days later, South Dakota announced no more taxes, no more property taxes, and people like, oh my God, it's the beginning. He just signaled that the Nasara.
Wow.
Again, wow. I don't know it for a fact. Mike, did I send you a text or something?
Not that I remember. No.
Oh, dude. All right, I'm gonna have to send it. It's
Check it out. Yeah, we'll get information.
I'll put it in post.
Yeah, I thought I sent it to the two of you. So I definitely have it. So I'll send it to you in post and you can look at it. But it's just confusing. And again, I am not saying he's the savior or whatever. And then people saying that wasn't him. It was his body double. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know anything anymore. It's weird.
Right. And you know what? I'm starting to feel like maybe we're being played by the good guys. If that makes any sense, maybe Fauci is a body double, right? Have you seen these things? Did you see this clip of like where his neck looks like it's a mask? Did you see this clip?
I saw the Biden one.
There it is. Look, wait, watch this. Watch by his collar, right?
Yeah.
But watch how it. What the?
What is that?
Oh my God, that's a total mess.
Right?
Oh my God, it's jumping. Oh my God, what is that?
His head on something.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay.
Is it gonna do it again?
Did you ever see the one with Biden before the election where it was clearly a mask and it wasn't?
Yeah. Like something taped on his ear or something like that.
No, it ended here. It was like a bad mask job.
Yes. You're on a show, right?
And we're not going to talk about. We're not going to acknowledge this. Okay, there's a buffalo in my kitchen. Are we not going to talk about the buffalo roaming the kitchen? There's an elephant stuck in the bedroom. we're just going to pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, we're just going to move along. Nothing to see here, folks. What?
So let's talk. So another talking about maybe good things are actually happening, right? You heard the frontline doctors.
Yes, I heard about this, and I pray it's real.
Okay, frontline doctor. Well, no, there was this group of that they call themselves the frontline doctors. When COVID first came out, they gave press conferences. Look, we're doctors. They were from all over the world. I remember there's like a Jamaican woman that was talking about all this stuff.
I met her.
She's amazing, right?
I met her.
Awesome. And they were talking about ivermectin and hydrochloroquine and all this stuff way early on. And of course, the media, doused the shit out of it, right?
The devils.
Yes. Yeah. But you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing now? The frontline doctors all around the world. You know what they're doing? They're building hospitals. So can you imagine if we have a medical system outside of the medical system in this country that you could say, you know what? I'm going to choose to go there. Isn't that amazing?
You can go over there and get your 50 billion shots and all your drugs and stay in there and your respirators and the things up your nose and the 1,500 million tests that they're trying to figure out. Or you can go over here, get treated, and we'll get to the source of the problem, and it's going to cost you $1.50. That's entirely it, because ivermectin and hydrochloroquine is not connected to the monstrosity gangs that control the world.
Isn't that amazing?
And your children and you and your elderly and the dogs and, even right down to our pets. Like my pet should have been put down 4 years ago, but of course they're like, nah, you gotta gulp its mouth open, shove some pills down and put a drop in each eye and stick a needle in it because the needle gives it solution. Like, I'm paying $250 a month for this thing. I gotta pick it up. What am I doing? Nature wanted to take care of it years ago, but the good pharmaceutical companies are keeping a lot. Of course they are. They're so nice. They really care about you. Now, not all of them, but let's not play games here, man. This is serious. I hope that happens, because I thought about that, and how amazing would it be if there is. I will say this. Do you remember years ago? And I don't like his views, all his views, and he rubs me the wrong way. But Michael, what's the heavy dude puts out the documentaries? First he did the Twin Towers.
Oh yeah. Mike Moore. Michael Moore.
Yes. Okay. Michael Moore put out a film about the drug industry. Cool. And how he went to Cuba and how basically we are run by drug lords that learned how to go to school, get their doctor's degree, get into everywhere so they can sell American drugs. They just learned how to do it legally, and how they're just doing this to kids, elderly, all that jazz. He basically exploited how other countries. Their job is to heal people and not become rich as doctors. So there is no intention for a doctor to become a multimillionaire. He's not selling for money. He's selling to help you and cure you, not to keep you sick, not to prolong everything, and not to create things that will create more havoc. And I thought that was really fascinating. And whether you're a fan of him or not, which I'm being dead honest, I'm not a huge fan, but that film was fascinating to watch. And it had so many details and so many facts. And it was quite disturbing to see what we do compared to the rest of the world. I mean, I went to Costa Rica.
Yes, love that. First, but you see the fine print, the first day of medical school.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is what I thought was, you know what I thought? I went to Costa Rica, and at the airport, they sell ivermectin. at the airport.
Get out.
Ivermectin. My hand to God. And we bought a whole bunch.
Yeah.
They sell it right at the airport. My friend, he visited Belize. He said he went to Belize. They sell it right over the counter. Right over the counter.
Unbelievable.
But you have places here that want to ban it. Why do they want to ban it? Because it keeps you off. I mean, it's so obvious. How do you not see? I mean, people see it. So I forgot where I was going with this, but I'm not a huge fan of the guy, but I would check it out. It's very, very fascinating how somewhere along the line, the demons, the pigs, the greed savages, the soulless animals that just want to drug us got a hold of and took control, and they knew how, and then they paid off Congress, and they paid off judges, and they paid off hospitals. This is what I found fascinating. I don't know if you've traveled a lot. You sound like you're getting eaten by an alien. So over the last 10, 15 years, and of course you guys, that's right, of course you guys know from the pain you've dealt with, me too.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, they're building new hospitals. They're expanding halls. There's more people learning to go into the medical field. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And at first I was like, wow, that's an amazing thing, because I started noticing it at least 10 years ago. And I go, now, okay, I get we're advancing in medicine and all that, but how would you build more car lots if you didn't know you'd be making more cars?
Right.
Would you build more baseball fields if you didn't know you have more teams? Why would you build more hospitals, more wings, create more doctors if you are not sure really what's coming? Or do you know what's coming?
Dude, you did this.
That's a very honest question.
Okay. 2019, Fauci, another clip, right? Fauci is, he's talking, you could look it up. What was the forum? It was one of the, I think I sent it to Mike. It just said Fauci 2019, right?
Why don't we blow the system up? I mean, obviously, we can't just turn off the spigot on the system we have.
You could look
and
it
say,
up.
hey, everyone in the world should get this new vaccine we haven't given to anyone yet. But there must be some way that we grow vaccines mostly in eggs, the way we did in 1947.
In order to make the transition from getting out of the tried and true egg growing, which we know gives us results that can be, beneficial. I mean, we've done well with that, to something that has to be much better. You have to prove that this works, and then you've got to go through all of the clinical trials, phase 1s, phase 2s, phase 3, and then show that this particular product is going to be good over a period of years. That alone, if it works perfectly, is going to take a decade.
There might be a need or even an urgent call for an entity of excitement out there that's completely disruptive, that's not beholden to bureaucratic strings and processes.
So we really do have a problem of how the world perceives influenza, and it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, but anyway, what he winds up saying there is that there might be a virus in China that we can broadcast around the world so that we can bypass the trials and just basically force everybody to get a vaccine. This was in 2019. Okay. I'm almost done with Fauci.
I love when they say words like, this could be beneficial. I honest to God believe they're not talking about humanity.
No.
They're talking about themselves. This would be beneficial to us. And by the way, is it true that Fauci is Mother Teresa's son? Have you seen that?
I've seen this. Well, yeah, no, Fauci looks like Mother Teresa. If you look at the pictures of Mother Teresa, supposedly she was, I mean, they say she was a bad guy too. I mean,
they say she was a trafficker of children.
Right, which would be a perfect cover if you think about it, you know.
And that all goes back to Epstein. The colors of blue, the colors of Disney, the colors of Epstein Island, the colors of Ellen's set. It's again, is it all symbolism? Is it all just hogwash? Is it all just madness? Is it just stoner dog? Is it conspiracy? Right. Or is it all just starting to be revealed? It's very interesting. Anyway, we should find that stuff out. I wonder, I want to look into the Fauci. Yeah, people say, it's like, dude, that's Mother Teresa's kid.
Hold on a second. I just found a clip. Wait a second. Let me share this. Hold on a second.
They look exactly.
I'm not hearing your mom laugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it onto the desktop here. I'm gonna share this clip. Oh yeah. There you go. You just played it. Okay, but
Mother Teresa's
yeah, I think this was it.
Mrs. Sciacca.
Yeah, that's great.
Mrs. Sciacca likes that one. You never know.
Look at that.
That's pretty scary. That's pretty weird.
That's exact.
She looks like a guy, though. She really does. You know.
That's another thing. Is that's all coming out too? Like who's a guy and who's a guy and who's a transvestite and who's a gender, and we never know it. And blah blah blah. You know what? That'll be our next bunker,
dude. Yeah, call it the Adam's apple. The Adam's apple test. I mean, that was. I mean, that. You learn that. When you're how old are you when you learn that boys have an Adam's apple and girls don't, right? But now all of a sudden we're supposed to ignore it when what's her name? Michelle Obama, has an Adam's apple, or all these people have just blaring Adam's apple sticking out there. I don't know.
You never know. I always said the agenda is real. If people knew, I remember I used to sit in this coffee shop and I would tell people, if you knew what really ran Hollywood, who really sits and makes the decisions of what is to be aired and what is to go in what magazine, people's minds would be blown. And then you would realize what I've been saying forever. It is a one full-blown agenda. What is the agenda? To confuse sexuality, to confuse a lot of things. And I'm telling you, it's an agenda. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
The whole gender bender thing that's going on is all about. It's all about break the family unit. They want to break down the family unit. All right. So mother, father, children, that whole unit thing, they want to break that down. They want to confuse you so that you don't know which way is up. And then they have the answer to everything. You turn to us. We are your father. I am your father. Yes. The dogs.
I am your father. I know you have a penis. However, you may have a vagina inside you screaming to come out. I know you may have testicles, but inside you're a woman. I know you feel those feelings, Luke. Use those female feelings. Come out from within. Be more confused. Take hormones, grow boobies, have nipples, and tell people you're an it or what, a they or a binary creature. Dun, 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 dun. I feel terrible for anyone that is that confused or conflicted. I honestly do. My heart goes out to them. I can never imagine. But that is real. They're very targeted, whether people want to believe that or not. It's a full-blown target. Target
them from little.
Manipulated, well-funded targets. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to unpack the rest of my truck. And I think we have to have Mrs. Sciacca on every single one. Or at least the next one. I think you have to come on the next one. You're going to love hanging out, listening to this stuff. I'm telling you, though, Fauci, that's his mother. Mother Teresa.
Ask her what she thinks. Ask her what she thinks of the vaccine. Yeah.
You're breaking up on my side. Say it one more time.
I said, ask her what she thinks of the vaccine.
Oh, Mrs. Sciacca, are you not vaccinated?
No. No COVID.
You don't.
Nothing. And I'm still alive. Isn't that mad? I'm 81 years old, and I'm still alive.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow, you're only the 0.0. You're very blessed.
I'm a domestic terrorist.
Have the right to be treated.
I used to be a domestic.
Well, I don't think you.
I used to be.
Well, I don't think you have the.
Hold on a second.
What?
Listen.
Yes,
listen to her.
I'm having a hard time. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm a domestic terrorist. I used to be a domestic goddess.
Did you hear her? She goes, I'm a domestic terrorist. I used to be a domestic goddess.
Hold on. I think your mom just created a T-shirt.
Right.
I think all Patreon members, we should create it just for the Breuniverse and just call it Sciacca's Mom, or just make a quote that says, I used to be a domestic.
I'm a domestic terrorist. I used to be a domestic goddess. Now I'm a domestic terrorist. Right.
I like that. Well, Mrs. Sciacca, I will tell you this. You have such a beautiful soul, and I miss seeing you. And the other thing is, I truly mean this when I say, if you or me or your son gets sick, I hope we are not given. I just want to let you know, we are giving up our rights to be taken care of in a hospital, because we are the real terrorists of society, spreading all this nonsense because of your stupidity as an 81-year-old woman that has lived life. How dare you not get vaccinated? How dare you live in that neighborhood, 81 years old, trying to murder your son and murder people like me. God bless you. I love you, Mrs. Sciacca. I love you, and so do millions of others.
I have to go and listen to my hair grow. Bye. I have to listen to my hair grow.
Okay, that's a big closer. All right, Jimbo.
It was great seeing you. Much love.
Yeah, man. All right.
We got to jump it. Yeah, we'll talk about the next bunker. I think I already know what it is. Adam's apple or not.
Yes. Cool, man.
Be safe, brother.
All right, you too.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Jimmy Sciacca, everyone. And now I can take off these ridiculous glasses. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I think I know what's going on. And then there's other times where I really am convinced, or think I'm convinced I have no clue. All I know is I do not and never have trusted any network, any corporate media. I think they've caused such destruction in humanity. Wars, terror, fear. And I pray to God that people are now starting to see the light and see for what it's worth and realize that those boogeymen do exist. And they're not normal like you and I. They don't have a conscience. They don't have a soul. They don't want to help one another. They don't want to lift each other up. They don't want to give each other love. They don't want to teach you laughter. They don't want to teach you spirituality. They don't want to teach you faith. Everything that's pumped out in pop culture, one nation under God, it's a very, very misleading comment. Because if it was one nation under God, you wouldn't have news channels that spew and shows like The View, where all they do is do everything of opposite of God. They don't preach happiness. They don't preach lifting each other up. They don't preach understanding. They don't preach forgiveness. They preach judgment. They preach violence. They preach hatred. Every news, watch it. The first thing, they use judgmental words. And it does exist. And I pray to God everyone truly is waking up now, because I don't feel as alone anymore. I felt alone for a very long time. And I know some other people, some big people too, that have felt alone. And I'm so excited and proud watching them stand tall. It truly is the time for the power of the fearless. Now, what that means, I don't know. But I hope you continue to be fearless in life and spread nothing but goodness and turn off those monsters. They're monsters. And just like every other bully, the more you stand up to them, the more they cower. Don't stop standing up. Have a good one. That was a fun time in the bunker. I got to finish moving in. Have a good one. Well, glad you hung out.
And that's the show.
This is going to be a Broadway play in 3 years.
6 foot safe.
You look great, Grandpa. Take out your cameras for selfies, because Jim wanted his head sticking out the edge of the cannon. Oh my God, I love these. Sexist, racist, rights, gay rights, people rights, human rights.
For what you are about to receive.
And may you all have love and laughter in this crazy lifetime we're living.